Some men ascend, others descend, and then there are those who rise beyond reach. To stand above disorder, untouched by treachery, scandal, or collapse, you must abandon the mindset of a mere man and begin thinking as power incarnate. In the arena of influence, perception is the platform, and he who shapes how others view him shapes the story that defines him. To be untouchable, it's not enough to act with might. You must radiate strength, even when vulnerable. Appearances aren't just a disguise, they're your defense, your weapon, your throne. Any leader, ruler, or man striving for control must grasp this. People don't pursue truth. They chase symbols, mirages, and the confidence sculpted into a person. The crowd, naive and easily misled, rarely seeks the source of action. They judge by what they can see, not by the intent behind your choices. This is your greatest edge. The man who learns to command how he is perceived gains the power to do what must be done, all while wearing the mask of virtue. Once your reputation is forged, it becomes a fortress, repelling questions, suspicion, and blame. But this fortress must be built with intention, with care. The mind of the fragile becomes a canvas for their projections. When you talk too much, you risk slipping, exposing truths, and losing your air of mystery. Speak little, and each sentence becomes precious. The naive rush to speak. The influential speak with purpose. Let others fill the silence with fantasies about you, so long as they imagine you as wiser, more formidable, more composed than you are. Wear the image of authority. Move deliberately, never frantically. Keep your gaze steady, your feelings hidden, your responses calculated. Even your entrance must hint at something beyond the man they see. People place faith in emblems. You must become one. Be more than a person. Be a presence. A symbol can't be touched, questioned, or destroyed by whispers and doubt. As an idea, you surpass the judgments of ordinary minds. Avoid being too accessible. The more they witness, the less they wonder. Familiarity breeds comfort and doubt. Rarity breeds intrigue. Show yourself only when it makes an impact. Withdraw until your return is felt like a storm. Let others seek your praise. Obsess over your views, and tread lightly in your silence. When they don't know your stance, they behave more cautiously. Your surroundings should echo strength, your allies, your space, even your language. Let all of it suggest dominance. Never be seen with the weak, the reckless, or the overly emotional. Hold high standards. Have little patience for fragility. Your reputation isn't just what you present, it's also what surrounds you. Walk with fools, you're one of them. Walk with wolves, and even sheep think you're dangerous. When you stumble, and you will, do it in the shadows. Show no pain. Leave if needed, but return stronger, colder, less familiar. The untouchable man doesn't plead or explain. He doesn't broadcast his wounds or search for sympathy. He vanishes, recalibrates, and reappears, like nothing occurred. And because he shapes perception, the world will believe nothing did. Don't mistake actual goodness for appearing good. Visible virtue can serve a purpose. Virtue for its own sake is self-indulgence. Show honor when it fits your agenda. Display ethics when it boosts your image. Let others call you moral while you engineer outcomes behind the scenes. Hypocrisy isn't a weakness. It's armor for those clever enough to outlive and outmaneuver the crowd. If your choices are challenged, let your reputation speak in your defense. To seem powerful is to be powerful in the eyes of the world. And in their eyes, image is truth. Whether you're the predator or just look like one doesn't matter, so long as no one dares to test you. Power doesn't belong to the honest. It belongs to the one who masks dishonesty so well, no one sees it. To rise above the crowd, first you must vanish within it. Let them see your face, hear your voice, even share in your victories, but never, ever let them see your true aim. The one who reveals his entire hand isn't playing, he's being played. Once your intentions are visible, others will conspire to block them out of fear, jealousy, or self-interest. Keep your ambitions hidden, and they'll swing blindly while you build quietly. Most believe they can read people. They find comfort in predicting behavior. Use that flaw. Pretend to be driven by emotion, loyalty, or conviction. Speak of honor, justice, family, whatever makes you seem ordinary. But your real plan should be buried beneath misleading actions. Let your friends think they steer you. Let your enemies think they understand you. Let everyone feel clever while gazing at the illusion you've created. You move forward untouched. The man who cannot be touched is not the one who hits hardest, but the one no one sees coming. Surprise is stronger than sheer force. If your rivals can't guess your next step, they can't stop it. By the time they realize your goal, it's already yours. They'll admire your mind, but only after they've lost, and their praise will come far too late. Never speak too clearly. Speak with layers. Let your words hold double meanings. Learn the language of strategy. Say peace. Prepare for war. Show humility. Plan supremacy. The truth should remain buried, even from those closest to you. Those closest to you are often the ones who can wound you the worst. Never forget that the blade reaching your spine was given by someone you allowed behind you. The world may applaud openness, but it reserves its rewards for those who remain unreadable. A man who reveals himself fully becomes an instrument. Everyone knows how to pull his strings, how to exploit him, how to anticipate his every move. He turns into a tool of the crowd, a predictable piece on the board. But the one who cloaks his intent, whose grin might hide a threat, is the one who instills caution. And the man who breeds caution commands respect. Even his enemies hesitate, unsure of the cost of misstep. Avoid explanations. Don't justify your moves. Let others fill in the blanks however they wish. If they assume you act from justice, compassion, or affection, let that illusion stand, but never confirm it. The instant you offer certainty, you hand away control. Certainty is the death of power. It enables prediction, planning, manipulation. Uncertainty breeds hesitation. It forces rivals to pause, to question, to waste effort decoding your purpose, and in that hesitation, you strike. Make secrecy your default, not your defense. Train yourself to conceal, to mislead, especially when you feel most secure. A man who exposes himself when comfortable becomes the easiest to dismantle when the tides shift. Always believe someone is listening, watching, storing your words for later use. Every smile might be a mask, every question a snare. The one who overshares is the one who writes his own downfall. To keep your motives in shadow isn't weakness, it's strategy. Power only works when it is quiet until it acts. If you intend to shape events, you cannot let expectations form around you. Let enemies prepare for the wrong fight. Let competitors chase imagined dangers. Let your allies admire virtues you don't possess. While they swim in fantasy, you remain unseen, untouched, untouchable. The fool confuses loyalty with affection and stumbles blindly into betrayal. To last, to rise, to lead, you must understand that bonds are made of need, not emotion. The ties that hold are the ones that serve a function. Affection fades, sentiment distorts, but usefulness lasts until it doesn't. You owe no one loyalty for past kindness. You owe only what serves you in the now. The untouchable man doesn't lean on friendships. He's lifted by leverage. The wise see every person as a piece to maneuver, not to love, not to hate, but to use. The naive believe others feel as deeply as they do, that loyalty is sacred, born from shared trials, sealed by trust. But reality is harsher. Men are loyal only when it pays. While you rise, they'll cheer you. When you fall, they'll scatter. Accept this early, and you'll keep more power when the moment comes. Don't seek trust, build need. Trust can vanish in a breath. Dependency is harder to destroy. Shape a world where others rely on you more than you rely on them. Become essential to their survival, not emotionally, but tactically. Let them profit from your wins. Bask in your influence. Enjoy the benefits you provide. As long as their future is tied to yours, they will cling to you. That is the only loyalty that counts. Be wary of those who shout their devotion. The louder the claim, the faster the betrayal. True loyalty is quiet, proven in deeds, not words. Test everyone. Offer them small victories, minor secrets, bits of influence. Then watch. See who grows arrogant, who reaches too far, who begins to feel entitled. Those are not allies. They are threats in waiting. Remove them before they gain power. Choose alliances for their purpose. Select people not for charm or companionship, but for what they contribute: reach, knowledge, influence, fear, money. Even a fool has worth if he can serve as a distraction or take the blame. Even a traitor can be useful if you bind him with his own ambition. Use all kinds, but never forget what they are. A serpent might guard your gate, but it's still a serpent. Keep your hand above its head. When your allies outlive their use, act swiftly. Sentiment and power is a death sentence. When someone has served their purpose, when their influence fades, their strength diminishes, and their usefulness declines, they become a liability, and every liability drains you. Remove them with precision, elevate another, replace the peace. A kingdom, a business, an empire, these are systems, not families. Forget that, and you become vulnerable to emotion, and emotion makes for a poor ruler. Keep your allies apart, never let them grow too close or united, or they may form power independent of you. Unity among subordinates is danger, not benefit. Encourage rivalry, breed competition, make them dependent on your favor. Let them chase your approval. Let their distrust for each other outweigh their doubts about you. In this balance, betrayal becomes unlikely, and your control remains absolute. Never mistake closeness for loyalty. The one who laughs with you, toasts with you, listens to your tales, may still crave your crown. Assume everyone wants more than they admit. Behind every friendly act is a motive. That's not paranoia. It's protection. If you misjudge a threat as a foe, you lose little. But if you trust a threat as a friend, it may cost you everything. The untouchable man surrounds himself not out of trust, but because he's shaped the ambitions and fears of others to serve his needs. He doesn't rely on emotion, but on necessity. Sentiment breaks under pressure. Dependence holds as long as it's required. The worst mistake a ruler can make is to harm an enemy slowly. Prolonged pain breeds vengeance. But pain delivered quickly, fully, and without hesitation breaks both body and spirit. Power must strike like lightning, sudden, decisive, unforgettable. To be feared for your punishments is to be protected from needing them often. The ruler who punishes constantly looks weak and unstable. The one who punishes once but so completely no one forgets becomes a myth. When the time comes, don't pause. Mercy before dominance is weakness in disguise. If someone threatens your structure, your command, your plans, erase them. Not as a person, but as an example. Their fall should not feel personal, but symbolic. Let others see in them the warning meant for all. The untouchable man doesn't issue threats. His silence is the signal. His punishment the lesson. Hesitation invites rebellion. A weak or delayed response teaches enemies you lack resolve. They grow daring, their schemes bolder. Wounds leave martyrs. Complete destruction leaves nothing. The half-defeated become legends. The fully erased leave no tale behind. When you punish, be clean. Don't act from fury. Avoid spectacle. Rage exposes weakness, and drama stirs sympathy. The man who strikes calmly is more feared than the one who screams. Deliver justice with certainty, not revenge. Do not show anger, show purpose. When your enemy falls, let the silence that follows speak louder than any speech. If you attack, ensure no counterattack. If you banish, make sure there's no return. If you disgrace a rival, dismantle their base of support as well. Cutting off the head while leaving the body is a fatal mistake. Pull out the roots. A defeated foe with influence or allies is only dormant, not gone. But strip him of everything, and he becomes a shadow with no form to regain. Avoid excess in punishment. Too many executions, too much humiliation, too frequent shows of power, and the people will see cruelty, not strength. They may fear you, but they will also unite in hatred. Punish too often, and you build enemies. Punish rarely, but utterly, and you scatter them. Let your reign be remembered not for blood spilled regularly, but for one moment when blood had to fall and no one forgot. Forgiveness is a tool. Use it only on the powerless, and only when their loyalty is tied to fear. Never pardon the strong. Never spare the ambitious. The powerful who are forgiven return stronger. The hungry who are spared plot with gratitude. If you must let someone live, first strip them of their strength. Take their sway, their influence, their voice. Keep them breathing only if their survival serves a purpose greater than their end. Mercy is not a gift, it is a transaction. It must always purchase something more valuable than the danger it erases. Public retribution serves a different aim than private discipline. Sometimes a statement must be made. When that happens, ensure the punishment is not just observed, but etched into memory. The place, the method, the symbolism, they must all speak louder than the accused ever could. Create a spectacle only when it ensures that silence roars louder than applause. The world runs on symbols, and your judgment must become one, a warning of what follows betrayal. Never revisit former punishments. To reopen an old scar is to confess it never truly cut deep enough. He who clings to past offenses appears uncertain, weak in his authority. Once judgment has fallen, walk away with ice in your veins. Your dominance must be too vast to dwell on single acts. If destruction is needed, make it so thorough no one doubts it was final. Make it known, you do not strike twice. Once is enough. Once is everything. True power is not what exists, but what is believed to exist. Reality moves slowly, quietly, and often means little to the masses. Perception, by contrast, is instant, emotional, and supreme. A man may rule by the blade, but he is only untouchable if the people believe that blade will never turn toward them. The most unassailable leaders command both the world and the illusions surrounding it. They do not just act, they decide what their actions signify. They do not merely conquer, they define the victory's meaning. Truth, in the hands of the crowd, is fragile. It bends to fear, spectacle, and longing. A leader who leans only on truth will be toppled by lies wrapped in beauty. You must grasp that people do not crave what is real. They crave what feels real. Show them strength, and they'll fear you. Show them justice, and they'll walk behind you. Show them inevitability, and they won't defy you. Whether these things are genuine is irrelevant. They must live in the mind. The untouchable shapes his image like a weapon. Each word, each silence, each glance, crafted with care. He knows. Seeming powerful is often more potent than being powerful. The truly strong man who is doubted invites attack. The man whose fearsome image outweighs his might deflects every threat. Thus, it is safer to seem ruthless than to appear uncertain. Better to seem righteous than to look lost. Better to seem unstoppable than to seem unsure. Wear your presence like a disguise no one can pierce, a mirror in which others see only what you allow them to see. Guard your name as fiercely as your land. Once your image cracks, it spreads like ink in water. A single whisper can unravel years of built command if left to grow. Do not let control of perception slip away. Crush lies with louder lies if needed. Drown doubt with spectacle. Silence those who cloud your people's minds with unwelcome truths. You are not bound to honesty. You are bound to control. There is a line between ruling and righteousness. Choose the one that keeps you on the throne. Symbols grip the souls of people more tightly than logic ever could. A banner, a throne, a rank, a salute, a name, these things hold sway far beyond reason. They offer meaning in the void. Use them. Dress your command in grandeur. Wrap your choices in tradition. Let your actions wear the guise of fate. The masses may never grasp your tactics, but they will revere your emblem. Don't waste time explaining they don't care. Stir them with dread, with hope, with pride. These are the levers that shift empires, and facts will never move them. Define your opponents before they define themselves. Take control of their image. Mock them when they speak truth. Cast them as villains when they question you. Distort them into figures that fit your story. The one who owns the spotlight assigns the roles. And when the crowd has laughed at or loathed a man deeply enough, they will no longer listen to him. Destroy reputations before they rise to danger. Once public opinion turns, it rarely turns back. Be careful when you praise. Lift others too high, and they may be seen as equals. Always let your praise circle back to your own power. Reward others in ways that amplify your generosity, not your dependence. Your kindness must never eclipse your authority. When you raise someone up, let it highlight your mercy, not their merit. Your strongest tool in shaping perception is secrecy. Never reveal too much. The more they learn, the less they fear. Mystery breeds caution. If they can't define you, they can't predict you. And what can't be predicted won't be opposed. Build a persona that is part legend, part reality. Let them wonder endlessly about your goals, your choices, your logic. The man shrouded in mystery becomes revered. The one who is clear becomes common. To control what people see is to control what they believe. And when their belief is yours to mold, you've already won. People don't respond to truth. They respond to perception. Dominate that, and reality will fall in line, like a shadow chasing its source. Being untouchable isn't about being adored or morally pure. It's about being unreachable, unshaken, immune to collapse. It means building a fortress not of walls, but of illusion, fear, and necessity. This path isn't built on virtue, but on vision. The vision to see the world unfiltered, to know that people act from self-interest, that loyalty must be bought, that mercy invites risk, that truth bends easily. The untouchable man does not trust in goodwill or image alone. He speaks little, acts once, surrounds himself with assets, not allies, and shapes how he's seen to suit his ends. He cuts emotion from calculation and makes sure every alliance, every sentence, every blow furthers his survival. Where others seek love, he cultivates fear. Where others crave devotion, he builds dependence. Where others obey reality, he masters illusion. To live this way is not to be praised, it is to persist. And in a world where admiration fades and loyalty withers, persistence is the final triumph. Let others hunger for applause. The untouchable man demands control, and in that he finds a legacy stronger than love, a power without equal.